The sterile, fluorescent University Hospital's hallways seemed to amplify the anxiety swirling within its walls. Wednesday, March 12th, was poised to be a day of confessions, temptations, and startling revelations, a day where the delicate web of relationships woven throughout days of our lives would be tested. In the meticulously organized office of Maggie Kiriakis, Sarah Kiriakis, her face etched with a nervous pallor, wrestled with her conscience. The weight of the forged letter, the secret that threatened to shatter the burgeoning alliance between Xander and Philip, pressed down on her like a physical burden. Maggie, she began, her voice trembling slightly, I have a terrible feeling about Xander and Philip. Maggie, ever the bastion of calm and understanding, leaned forward, her brow furrowed. Sarah, darling, what is it? What's troubling you so deeply? Sarah, unable to divulge the exact nature of her deception, spoke in vague, anxious pronouncements. It's just their newfound brotherhood. It feels fragile, like it could break at any moment. And when it does... She trailed off, her eyes filled with dread. When it does, everything will fall apart. Maggie, sensing the depth of Sarah's unease, offered a comforting hand. Sarah, whatever it is, you can confide in me. We'll face it together. Meanwhile, in the bustling offices of the Salem Spectator, Leo Stark, ever the opportunist, listened with a predatory gleam to Javi Hernandez's pitch. Javi, a young, ambitious journalist, had an idea that sparked Leo's interest. Leo, Javi began, a nervous energy vibrating in his voice, what if we expanded the DiMera expose? We could delve into their charitable foundations, their supposed philanthropic endeavors. There's bound to be something rotten hidden beneath the surface. Leo, his mind already racing with the possibilities, smirked. Intriguing, Javi. Very intriguing. The DiMeras, those paragons of virtue, exposed for the hypocrites they are? I like the sound of that. He snapped his fingers, his eyes alight with malicious glee. Let's dig deep, Javi. Let's find the dirt. At the hospital, the oncology wing was in full swing, and Chad DiMera and Kat Green were immersed in their collaborative efforts. The air crackled with an undeniable tension, a magnetic pull that neither could ignore. Kat, with her sharp wit and compassionate nature, found herself drawn to Chad's quiet strength and vulnerability. Chad, in turn, was captivated by Kat's intelligence and the spark of life that radiated from her. As they worked side by side, their hands occasionally brushing, their eyes meeting in lingering glances, the temptation grew stronger. Chad, Kat murmured, her voice barely a whisper, this is complicated. Chad, his gaze fixed on hers, nodded slowly. I know, Kat. But I can't deny what I feel. They were on the precipice, poised to cross a line, but the weight of their respective responsibilities held them back, for now. Yet, the unspoken promise of a future entanglement hung heavy in the air. Across town, at the Kiriakis mansion, Stephanie Johnson, her face flushed with anxiety, sat across from Alex Kiriakis. The secret she had been harboring, the truth about Joy Wesley's potential pregnancy, was burning a hole in her conscience. Alex, she began, her voice trembling, I need to tell you something. It's about Joy. Alex, his expression shifting from curiosity to concern, leaned forward. What is it, Stephanie? What's wrong? Joy. Joy might be pregnant, Stephanie confessed, her eyes filled with a mixture of fear and sympathy. And she thinks it might be yours. Alex's face paled, the shock of the revelation hitting him like a physical blow. Mine, he stammered, disbelief etched on his features. How is that possible? At Salem University Hospital, Joy Wesley, her hands shaking, held the pregnancy test results. The sterile white stick, a symbol of potential life or devastating disappointment, held the key to her future. As she stared at the results, her mind raced with a whirlwind of emotions. Moments later, Joy, her face a mask of carefully controlled emotions, entered the hospital's main lobby. I have an announcement, she declared, her voice ringing out through the crowded space. All eyes turned to her, a mix of curiosity and anticipation filling the air. I'm pregnant. The room erupted in a cacophony of whispers and gasps. Was it Alex's child? Or someone else's? The question hung heavy in the air, a question that would undoubtedly reshape the lives of those involved. The day's revelations had only just begun, and the tangled web of secrets and desires in Salem was about to become even more complex.